Hey y'all, it's Val with Pleasant Present. Come and see how I've turned this Dollar Tree pumpkin shaped wreath into a beautiful piece of yard decor. I've seen many variations of this pumpkin being created, which I felt like all of them was pretty cool, but I thought I'd put my own spin on it and just get a little creative with this project. I did not have any orange fabric here at the house, and to be cost effective, I found this orange dress in my closet, so I decided to take the slip that's under that dress and cut it from under there and use that as my covering. And plus, I like that fabric better than a cotton t-shirt or the fabric that they carry at Dollar Tree. But you're going to need some twine and some aluminum foil paper. You're going to take that aluminum foil paper and wrap it around the brim of that pumpkin just to give it a little bit more longevity and definition to it. You just wrap that around there very gently and curve it over like an actual shape of a pumpkin top. And then you take your twine and wrap it all the way around to the very tip of that foil paper. But you want to make sure you're being very gentle, because remember, there's no stability under the top portion of that foil paper. So you want to make sure you're not being too rough as you winding that twine around there. And so that's how that comes out. And I'm going to go back to my craft room and glue the top in. It's just to secure it in place. And so what I'm doing now is just taking the extra piece of twine and going back over the parts that may be spaces or gaps in between them, to just showing any of the foil or the top of that the wired black part of that pumpkin top. Okay, so now what I'm doing is gonna take some clips and just get that t-shirt and clip it all around there like that. Okay, so now we're back in the craft room and we're going to start gluing each of those sections where I have those clips are. I just remove them section by section just to keep it easier to get that glue put on there and in place, and so to where the fabric stays in place like I need it to. And then what you're gonna do after you glue that onto there, you just take your scissors and cut off all the excess of that fabric all the way around the rim of that pumpkin. Okay, so here I am just testing out to see whether or not if I liked it. This is just some Dollar Tree confetti that I picked up early in the year for other purposes. Just testing it out to see if I like it, and I did. So I decided to take a coat of the Gorilla Glue in order to adhere my confetti onto the pumpkin. So you just want to grab a little bit of that confetti and sprinkle it over the top of the fabric and just shake off any excess. And then here I am securing the top of that twine. Then I have these old Dollar Tree bouquets with the leaves left over from my sunflowers, and I just take some of my old leaves and hot glue those on the top of there along with 2 sunflowers, and I just took that and hot glued that on the top of there like that. And then for the ones that's sticking up as far as this confetti is concerned, just took my scissors and kind of pressed those in to make sure I don't have any pieces sticking out too far. And then took another coat of the spray, the Gorilla Spray, and sprayed it over the top again just to secure that in place. And here it is. So far, so good. And then this is another item that I just had laying around the house. This is actually a covering for my collard greens that I use out in my garden to protect my collard greens during inclement weather. And so they have these curved shaped stakes inside of them. So I just pulled one of those stakes out of there, and I'm going to use that to secure to the back of the pumpkin in order to drill the stakes down into the ground for the actual decoration, just to make it look nice and presentable. So you're going to take your stake and you want to align that onto the back of your pumpkin and center it to make sure that you're getting it leveled off really nicely. And then you're going to grab you some zip ties, and with those zip ties you're going to secure those. So you're not going to pull them all the way in, but you want to put them in position. Right here I had it to go back in and make a puncture so I can get that zip tie in through that wire piece there. And I just close them off, but I don't completely close them off because I want to measure them to make sure that it is even and aligned pretty good. So I think I got that aligned pretty good, looking nice. And it's not all the way straight, but we're going to work it as we go along. So now I can go in and tighten those zip ties up, since I do at least have it centered the way I want it. It's not completely aligned, but it is centered good. So we're going to cut all those off and stand up and see just how straight it's standing. And it needed to be bent just a little bit. So I bent that a little bit and used another zip tie to secure that into place so that once it's stuck in the ground, it'll stand up nice and straight. And there we have it. I'm cutting the last piece of that off, and there it is. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It's ready. It's ready to go. Okay, so here it is. I didn't get a really good picture of it, but this is it. I'll come back and show more pictures of it later. But I want y'all to come back and check out how I make these DIY hay barrels for my porch decor. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for watching.